loathing, unadulterated loathing.
Boo!
Ah! Oh hi, it's Chad here from Lou Tunes, and I've just gotta say it, Gretel, I am in such a musical mood today.
I can tell. We've only practiced this wicked song a few hundred times.
Well, yes, but it's gotta be stated, Gretel, your alphabet is on point. And come to think of it, you know who else had some amazing musical numbers?
Disney?
Mm-hmm. You read my mind. And even though it's not Disney month, what do you say we take the day, watch some Disney tapes, and recall just how amazing Disney's musical numbers are? Alright, let's see what we got here. Ooh, Lion King. Everyone loves it. It's funny, I could have sworn I put that in there. That's okay. Ooh, Robin Hood. Gretel, where are all my Disney movies?
I thought it might be nice to shed some light on some non-Disney songs. And then you can have your tapes back.
Okay, I am not happy with you, Gretel, but we'll do it. So today we will be counting down the top 10 non-Disney songs. From animated films, of course. So, I guess no Aladdin today, but that's just fine because there are plenty of great songs from other animated films. So, as always, let's have ourselves a cheers and dive into the list. Alrighty folks, now of course we've got to start off with some honorable mentions, and I learned this: the deeper you delve into the non-Disney animated films, the stranger the songs can get. What do I mean? Well, I've actually never seen many of these straight-to-DVD Barbie movies, for example, but turns out they've actually got some pretty cool songs. YouTube them and check them out if you want to. They're very theatrical if that's up your alley. Also, I cannot make it through the honorable mentions section without mentioning The Simpsons and South Park, both of which are filled with episode-to-episode songs, dozens of which, in fact. And though I've decided to keep this list as just songs from movies, I've got to shout out these two shows for bringing so many great songs that I have loved throughout the years, including Happy Birthday Lisa from The Simpsons and Safe Space from South Park, two of many that I love very, very much. And another quick note, I tend to be partial to the more theatrical music, so some of the bluesy stuff from things like Rockadoodle and Cats Don't Dance just never really struck me, and frankly never seemed to really strike the public at large, which is why that type of music probably never really stuck around in animated films. But alas, this is just an opinion-based list. And so, on the screen right now there are a few other entries that narrowly missed the cut and are into the honorable mentions section. And one last thing for those of you guys who actually want to listen to the songs instead of just hearing me talk about them, look for this icon. It'll be in the lower corner. If at any time you want to listen to the entire song, just click on it. It'll take you to a place where you can listen to the full song. It'll pause the video. You can go listen to the song to your heart's content, and then come on back and proceed with the countdown. So with that, let's get into the list.
Morning, sunshine! Let me be the first to extend the hand of friendship.
That's your foot.
In a 2010s era that sees only Disney making animated musicals, I applaud Ice Age Continental Drift for trying to break through. Welcome to the fourth installation of the Ice Age series. They are 4 deep with a 5th one on the way, and when a franchise passes 3 movies, you start to lose track of which is which one had the dinosaurs, which one had the girlfriend. It's a whole thing. But this 4th installation actually kept things kind of fresh by adding not only a star-studded cast of boisterous comedic pirates, but by giving that cast of pirates a full-fledged musical number performed by the characters.
I'm a primate pirate pioneer, and these are my brave buccaneers, all of whom were once lost souls like you.
It's true! Not only is it catchy up the yin-yang, but Peter Dinklage of Game of Thrones fame actually delivers a pretty nice vocal with an unmatched low register Register, his character Captain Gut serenades the captured Ice Age heroes in a very fun musical number. Now, this is going to be kind of a taste thing, but the words musical number are kind of important to me. I'll touch more on that later, but for now, I'm happy to chip this surprise pirate shanty onto the list and kick it off with a bang.
It's me!
Hi. Do you love untrained child singers singing vocally demanding ballads? No? Well, too bad. You're getting it with Americantale's Somewhere Out There. Look, Americantale had some fun music, but Somewhere Out There has to be my favorite. Now, as a hard rule, songs in the movies, Disney included, are always better than the cheesy pop versions likely heard in the credits. But for Americantale, this could not be more wrong. Seriously, pick any cover you can dig up on YouTube and it's probably going to be better. But why are all of those covers so great? Well, it comes back to the melody and just the heart of the song being truly spectacular. Of course, for a role like Fievel, you're gonna want a youngster to do the role, and unfortunately the production company also had this talented young actor try his hand at singing. I hope you weren't using your eardrums for anything in the future.
Beneath the pale moonlight.
Okay, but look, the song itself is simply fantastic. It's catchy and everything you'd want from a longing ballad. And the movie, bless its heart, was made maybe before they knew they could cast a different singer and actor for the same role. I mean, sheesh, who knows how horrible JTT could have turned out if they had made him sing.
Our dreams come true.
Ladies and gentlemen, Berkeley Beatles proudly present Thumbelina!
So with a list like this, it is very easy to just put all of the ballads on. Take some kind of a female lead and give her a soaring melody that gives chills to everyone in the room, and
Ooh, that's a bingo.
it's true, those songs tend to be the most impressive and often the most memorable. Take the song Soon from Thumbelina, an easy shoo-in for the list, right? Well, I don't know, I'm always partial to the true blue musical numbers. And when I say musical numbers, I'm talking about multiple singers, maybe dancers, and really just a full scene dedicated to the whole thing, instead of, a camera following a female lead character singing. A few years after his role as Iago in Aladdin, Gilbert Gottfried delivered a slightly more subdued performance with his role as the Beetle in Thumbelina.
Baby, it's the Beetle Ball, and bugs are crawling to get in. When they hear that beetle beat, those beetle feet start to spin.
Now, if you don't know what Thumbelina is, well, based on the footage you're seeing, you probably think it was something made in, the 60s, but nope, it's from 1994. I laugh every time I hear that. But you know what? That's just fine, because Your Beautiful Baby is a really good song. Even if its surrounding film isn't really one of my favorites. And if you've seen Thumbelina, you will agree with me about this movie's trillions of baffling story points. But that's for a whole nother video. Now, of all the non-animated Disney movies that have songs, this one is the most funky. It boasts a fun crew of bizarre bug creatures, fun costumes, and a generally cruel message that makes it hauntingly unique. It's a short number, but I love it, and it always stuck with me. Even though I don't have much love for the movie itself. When it comes to this ditty, well, you're beautiful, baby.
Don't worry, you'll get over me.
It's a perfect Sunday morning in my quiet little mountain town.
If you live under a rock, maybe you've never heard of The Book of Mormon, a Best Musical Tony winner, overseen and produced by the very creators of South Park. That's an honor that even West Side Story can't boast, by the way. Not to be that guy, but I've known them to be rocking the musical prowess for years, ever since their original South Park film, South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, which was a full-scale musical, and also whose title was a dirty reference that went over my head until I was about 20 years old. Don't judge me. The South Park movie is fantastic, both in a general sense and as a very, very reverent musical. It references tons of classic musicals doing songs in their styles, and the opener and closer of the film, Mountain Town, does a great job of imitating that Belle sort of Good Morning Village vibe. You know what I'm talking about. But of course, it also sprinkles in its own South Park flavor.
Fine, you go ahead and miss church, and then when you die and go to hell, you can answer to Satan. Okay.
So if you love musicals, maybe trace back and check this one out. If you're okay watching a film where Saddam Hussein's condemned soul has sex with Satan. A musical classic, this one.
Longer than forever, I'll hold you in my heart.
Okay, so we are back to the basics. The Swan Princess is one of those animated flicks that's just not talked about a whole lot, and I really don't get why. The movie plays out like an Andrew Lloyd Webber musical, which now in retrospect, I suppose for many is not quite what they want. But hey, I like Andrew Lloyd Webber. Yeah. This movie's got fun musical numbers that would really never fit into the mold of the Disney Renaissance numbers, but it's kind of cool to see an animated movie that feels so much like a true blue musical. One of my favorite numbers is a song called Practice, Practice, Practice.
Day after day, all the prince ever does is practice, practice, practice.
It's great, right? It really evokes that musical theater feel. But alas, I had to go with the film's soaring ballad, Far Longer Than Forever. It's a beautiful number that stands toe-to-toe with any Disney duet out there. It's a big claim, I know, but I'm sticking to it. And if you've got a problem with it... Hey, I think you just hit that old lady in the face. You okay, miss? This song is truly gorgeous and will totally get stuck in your head.
And with your love, I'll never be alone.
Not to mention, it makes use of something that is sorely missing from most animated musicals. Harmony. Haven't heard of it? Well, it's basically when 5 mildly talented but above average looking women come together to form a band. Or wait a minute. I think I did the wrong Google search.
Hello?
Hello, Coraline.
30 seconds. That's all this song from Studio Laika's Coraline needs. When Coraline's creepy, otherworld, buttons for eyes father plays her this little tune, it has us wishing the whole film was of the musical variety. Of course, it isn't, which is fine. But even still, this song just stuck with me, and I bet it stuck with you guys too.
Making up a song about Coraline. She's a peach, she's a doll, she's a pal of mine.
I hope that Studio Laika does do a musical down the road, because this song proves that they can. A short but sweet entry for a short but sweet song.
Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam.
You hear that intro, and you get hyped. Okay, so this is not a fully animated movie, but I just had to include this one. It's too fantastic not to. And though I've generally been keeping this list limited to songs actually sung by characters, I'm kind of breaking the rules on this one. Just like Bugs Bunny broke the rules when he pulled Michael Johnson into that golf hole. Again, I wanted to keep this list restricted to songs that characters in the film actually sing, kind of like all the entries preceding this one. Otherwise, you open the door to all of the random Rihanna and Pharrell and Hot Shell Ray songs that have consumed animated films of late. And while I'm sticking to my guns and not including those lyrical credit songs, I'm still including this one. It's just so integral to the movie that there's no way I can leave it off. I don't care if you've never heard of basketball in your entire life, or if you're Stephen Curry. If this Jossum 90s banger doesn't have you out on the court blazing trays all day, then you're simply a monster. Or should I say, a monstar. We've touched on a few, but now we have officially entered ballad country, folks. Apparently ballads are mandatory for lists like these, and even Oscar winner Leonardo DiCaprio told me about that.
Didn't I tell you about that?
Yes you did. I was actually hoping to talk to you further about this countdown I'm doing. I brought this calculator so we could add up the rankings.
You know, basically it's just a big fast adding machine.
Yeah, I know what a calculator is. Listen, I was hoping you could maybe give me some insight into some more non-Disney songs. What are you drawing on that napkin? Okay, well, Leo, this is interesting. Not exactly helpful to me, but interesting.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of interesting in a way.
So back to Quest for Camelot. The film has some really nice songs. Among them is The Prayer. And who am I kidding? This song is more famous than the movie itself, with vocalists like Celine Dion and Andrea Bocelli singing the ever-living fuck out of it.
Lead us to a place, guide us with your grace.
I actually can't decide if it's more of a credit or more of an embarrassment for Quest for Camelot that this song is the enduring and memorable testament to the film. But who really cares, I suppose? This song is a masterclass when it comes to ballads, and if you haven't heard Jessica Sanchez from American Idol do this song, then you haven't heard it done right. Yeah, and nothing else needs to be said. I mean, well, I just said something, and... shoot. I think I just ruined the moment. Right when you hear it, that twinkly little piano, it's reminiscently clear that there is no ignoring the splendor of Anastasia's music.
Heart, don't fail me now. Courage, don't desert me. Don't turn back now that we're here.
Again, there's no ignoring the splendor of the music. There actually is lots of ignoring Anastasia as a movie. For instance, thinking it's a Disney movie, or just generally forgetting it. And then someone talks about it and you're like, oh yeah, is that the one with the albino bat and the zombie guy? And then your friend's like, oh yeah, that's a Disney movie. And you're like, no, it's actually commonly people think it is, but it's not. And then... Look, Anastasia is my favorite Don Bluth movie, but he had a few. Some we've already discussed, some we haven't. You may even be that one guy in the comments who's a die-hard Titan AE fan. But you know what? Anastasia holds up. The songs are still good, the singing is still great, and the Don Bluth animation is still unique and cool to watch. And Journey to the Past, for me, is the gem of the film. Both the snowy environment of the number, the tune itself, and just how integral it is for us to begin to know Anastasia. And the number ends in such an epic way. The song is truly dynamic, going from a humble and cute little ditty to a show-stopping chills fest. Look, as I've said at the start, this is a commentary video, so if you haven't heard the full song, click through and go listen to it. Better yet, watch the whole damn Anastasia movie. You really can't go wrong.
Now, the moment you've all been waiting for.
So, in my mind, there are two clear films that sit high above the others in terms of non-Disney animated musicals. Those, of course, are Anastasia and Prince of Egypt. Now, DreamWorks' The Prince of Egypt is truly brilliant. I watched it twice just even making this video, and by George, it really holds up. The music is simply stellar, which is, of course, the result you're going to get when Hans Zimmer and Steven Schwartz create it. It's like combining the epic scale of The Dark Knight with the charm and magic of Wicked. It's true, the music of Prince of Egypt is stunning, and of course the song When You Believe, popularly performed by Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston, is generally the beacon for the film. When You Believe is great, but I've got another favorite. The motif song of the film and its opener, Deliver Us. Of course, you guys aren't surprised at all. After I topped my Disney villain song list with Savages, it should now be known that I always tend towards these group numbers with choruses of powerful singers. Much like one of my favorite animated film songs of all time, The Bells of Notre Dame, Deliver Us is a repeating melody throughout the film. So as its opening number, it's got a big task to deliver this tune with some impact, and it does not disappoint. Evoking a bit of Les Miserables, the enslaved workers toil as they chant and sing, and bring a powerful image and weight to the Egyptian setting that we're about to embark into. You feel the pain and struggle of these slaves, and yet you also sense the epic nature of this Goliath tale. It's dynamic, it elevates the scope, it sets the scene for the movie, and it's catchy as all get out. As you can tell, I just love this song, but any epic song is not complete without its ending, and this ending is as epic as it comes. It hits hard and gets you so excited for the adventure that you are about to take. So there we have it, the top 10 non-Disney songs from animated films. I hope you guys enjoyed the list, but more importantly, I hope you, Gretel, returned each and every one of my Disney VHS tapes.
Don't worry, they've all been returned.
Yeah, good. Because we have an entire slate of Anastasia songs to rehearse for.
Oh dear.
Okay, thanks, bye. Oh, and one more thing. If you enjoyed this video, or if you just enjoy my channel in general, you can always feel free to hit that like button. It's the best way to help my channel out because it helps to spread the video out into the internet and get more people to see it, which is always great. So thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.